G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so very good to see you. Now, I'm a bit nervous saying that. Some people don't like me saying it's good to see them. They think it's illogical. You can work through that. You can work through it. It's all good. It's meant from the heart. And it's not a logical statement. Also, I shall never raise a glass to my mouth ever again. I've been told off for drinking on camera. It's a funny old world, but that is not what this video is about. This video is about community. It's about all of these people you see here and so many more. The people behind me here, these are people that I have had either a chat with, we've done a collab, I've spoken to, or I would really love to at some point in time. There would be 4 times, maybe 10 times the people on this screen here that I would love to, over time, get to know, count as a friend, and we all be part of the same community. And that might be, for example, someone like Kai, or the lads from DP Review, Peter McKinnon, who knows? I want to talk about how community is actually so important for us photographers, as well as, well, pretty much everybody. As we've gone through this pandemic, I've realised more than ever how much the interactions with other people are ridiculously important to me. And this is something that we all need, and this is something that we all need to be positive. At the end of the day, we, all of these people here, myself, we're all here for the same reason. We love photography very, very much. And we like to get a little bit nerdy about gear now and then. Now, I want to share with you who all these people are, and I will through this episode. That's going to be a big part of it. I'm going to recommend them all to you. I think they're all fabulous in their own unique ways. Some of these people I've known here for almost 10 years. And when I say known them, I've been big fans of them for a very, very long time. But as I said, this list is not definitive. So please join me on the journey of sharing who these wonderful people are, why it's important for you and me, and why I think it's more important than ever with the arrival of the Z9, which we know is so close. Our predictions have been for a long time, and this is coupled with things we've basically heard from Nikon directly, marketing people in Nikon China, press releases, murmurings, rumours, all that sort of stuff. At the latest, I reckon it's going to be the end of this month or the start of November. So, coming soon. This is what we've been saying for a few months. So more than ever, the community is the most important thing that all of us can have. We have our good days, and we definitely have our bad days. And the more and more that I reach out to my community out there, the more and more I realise how much we have in common and how much we have that's different, and why we should respect everybody's journey individually. It's just such a good thing. I want to start with this man right in the middle here. That man there. Now he is right now raiding the Lost Ark. That man there is Stewblue. He lives in the middle of America, in Utah. He's a great bloke, and he's got a great sense of humour. He's got a great filmmaking eye. He loves photography. Right now he is shooting Nikon, but he's shot all sorts of things. And like most of the people in this group here, at the end of the day, we're actually not fanboys. We just use the cameras that fit our use case, fit our wallets, and fit our history, our legacy, which is something I've talked about very much in the past. Stewblue, or Chris, as he's known, he's got a great channel. There's somewhere you want to go to just see some great filmmaking, some passion, some fun ideas, and a great sense of humour. Now, him and I, we've had a crack at doing some collaborations together, but I think the two of us are such perfectionists that we haven't quite gotten there yet. But you should watch this space, because we've got some stuff coming soon. Next, I want to jump over to Seth. For me, he's actually a legend. I've been watching him on screens, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, somewhere in that vicinity. And what I love about him is he gets his hands on all the equipment, everything. So he definitely, if you want to talk to a guy who's just going to tell you how it is, right? No BS. He is literally going to tell you just how it is. Send Seth a note or jump in his Discord. There's lots of places you can find him, on his YouTube channel. I'm going to have links to all the channels below, by the way. And this guy, he has used it all. He has used Sony, Canon, Nikon, Fuji, Leica. So if you want to absolutely know just how it is from a guy that uses them all, and he's got no vested interest because he talks about them all, and he's really got no vested interest because he's shot with them all, and for his professional photography work, he uses Fuji GFX, and he uses Nikon, and probably other things as well. Seth Miranda. Check that man out. He rocks. Check out our live stream. Totally awesome. Link here. Wherever it is. Over here somewhere. No, over here. That's where it is. Okay. I want to talk about Raymond Parker, who I reached out to because I just thought he was an absolute gentleman. I thought he was talking about really interesting things. I think he's been in the biz 40 or 50 years. And I think the first time, or maybe the second time I reached out to him was when he was considering shutting down his channel. And I just thought, our world, our YouTube community, and remember, this is all about community, our YouTube community needs Raymond. We need people like you. You know stuff none of us know. Sure, I've been in the biz 31 years, but you've been in it even longer. And the reality is we've all had different experiences, and you've had tons of it. So if you want to get a really interesting viewpoint, if you want to get a really thoughtful, philosophical viewpoint, along with the practical as well as the thoughtful, this man here, been in the biz a very long time, an absolute gentleman. He's a Canadian. Can't go past a good Canadian. Raymond, I love your work, and I'm so glad that you decided to keep doing this business. Your work is fabulous. Now, Richie, the man. Now, Richie is the man that we've spoken to in my live stream just ever so briefly. Of course, I've been following Richie's work since the go-get. I mean, as long as he's had his channel. If you want to know anything Z official before anybody else, I think this is the man that you've got to go to. Again, another gentleman here in this YouTube space. Love how he does what he does. Love that it's technical. Love that there's no ambiguity. Love that he tells us what he likes and he tells us what he doesn't like. It's just it's a massively good Nikon resource. And I think I heard him being interviewed with Grays of Westminster, which we will be talking about soon. Yes, we will, very soon. And he's basically, Richie's an encyclopedia of information when it comes to all things Nikon, because he's actually a Nikon trainer as well. So you got to check his channel out. He's kicking goals. And if you're big on Nikon, well, it's absolutely the place to dive in. And like I said, total gentleman. Might I add that everybody you can see on the screen here are absolutely awesome people. Let's not get that wrong. Awesome people. Frames and Verhagen, not together, but I did just do a great, we recorded it live, but we didn't stream it live, a live video. And we ended up doing two. I did one for Verhagen's channel that went for over an hour. And then we've done another one for Frames' channel, which it's not released yet. I'm not sure what the final edit might be, but it might be close to an hour. These blokes are awesome. With Verhagen, here we have the rock photographer. I'm not sure that there's any other rock photographers that bring it to us like Verhagen does. Check out what he does. He's just done a great review on the Nikon 50mm 1.2 and the 50mm 1.8. Something that I was wanting to do, and he's beaten me to the punch, so great work, sir. Let's do the same thing, hey, when the 85mm 1.2 comes out. Let's hope it comes out soon. No idea when that's coming. Hopefully soon. Come on, Nikon. That's probably the next lens that I want to get. No idea. I think the only thing that we know is coming is the 400mm, which we're thinking might be a 2.8. That's what the rumors were saying about a month or two ago. Frames, he's got a great perspective. He's an extraordinarily philosophical and thoughtful channel. I love the way that he does business. And again, I think, I don't know when I first stumbled onto Verhagen and Frames. I can't remember right now, but it was around the same time. And it might have actually been when they were doing a session together not that long ago. But I love what these guys are doing. And Frames, I love what you're doing. I love having voices from all over the world, whether it's Canada, the USA, the UK, India. That's what we've got on the list here. We've got all voices, and of course, well, I'm from down under. I'm Australia, mate. And as a quick intermission in all of this, I wanted to talk about perhaps the craziest camera that I've ever met. Now, this is not a spade. It's not a spade. It's definitely not a spade, and it's definitely not a paid membership. I saw this, I think, on Instagram. It popped up in my feed, and it's like, is this for real? What even is it? And it took me about an hour of research to work out that this is a real digital camera. It's 16 megapixels. It shoots, I think, 10 seconds of video. There is no viewfinder. You put an SD card in it, and you put, I think, AAA batteries in it. And it takes JPEGs, and it's got some built-in effects. I think it's the sort of cutest, craziest idea. And the idea is you could buy yourself a disposable camera. You know, remember those? They're cardboard and there's film in them, and they maybe in this country cost $20 or $30. Then you'd pay another $20 or $30 to process the film, and it's disposable. You throw it all away. $60, one shot only or one roll only. This here is the same concept, except it's not disposable. You can just keep shooting and keep using it, and the only thing that you have to replace is the batteries, and of course you can use rechargeable, as I said. So this is kind of the idea of the disposable camera that's not disposable. It's 16 megapixels. I can't wait to show you guys, is it any good? Let's find out. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is not sponsored. I just thought this is... Oh, and how much did it cost? I think it cost me around $150. So this might be like putting 3 or 4 rolls of disposable film, buying the cameras and getting them processed. Plus, well, it fits in this box, so it's not even that thick, and it's cardboard, and it comes in all these different... you can get all these different weird fronts on it. Anyway, I'll make a video about it soon. Let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested. All right. Back to the recommendations. Along the bottom of the screen here is people that I would love to do some sort of collaboration with. I deeply respect their channels, and they all look like fabulous people. We've got Omar Gonzalez out of New York City. Omar, I'm a massive fan of Omar. He has been using Canon, Sony, Fuji, and he's now working with Nikon as well. It's a great channel where you want to get, if you want to get a view across all sorts of camera systems. And he doesn't sit in one particular system. He's still using a bit of Sony and a bit of Fuji and a bit of Nikon. So it's all there. Not only is he across a lot of gear, but he is super funny and super talented. I would love to do something with him in the future, but you've got to check his channel out. It's the best. The Greys of Westminster dynamic duo, Becky and Constantine, and the rest of the team. Oh, I love the fact that this store exists. I love the fact that the decision has been made to just support one brand. I just think it's such a great and beautiful idea. It must be an absolute museum, a showcase of everything Nikon has ever done. And not only would I love to do some sort of collab or stream or live stream, I just can't wait to visit the store. These guys obviously have an absolute wealth of knowledge around everything Nikon, and of course, great photographers in their own right. So reach out to them if you're interested in buying something Nikon at Greys of Westminster in London. And of course, they would be happy to talk to you about photography in general. Guys, I hope to do something soon. Let's talk. iPhone do. Farouk. One of my favorite channels of all time that has continued to stand the test of time and just deliver outstanding content year after year after year. Farouk has the absolute best sense of humor. He's an amazing operator. He's a talented musician, photographer, filmmaker, editor, producer, and he does it all out of what appears to be quite a small studio space in his home. It's just so impressive what he's achieved over all of these years, and I just can't wait for every video that he drops. And they're deeply technical, but they're also deeply artistic. And so he is absolutely someone to aspire to if you are an aspiring YouTuber. Farouk, I phone do. I love your work. You rock. And especially when you do impersonations of, say, the GoPro guy or that painting guy. Man, some absolute highlights. His impersonations, I don't even know either of those guys, but I can tell they're really spot on. So thanks. So community. Here is just a small slice of the YouTube community. There's so many of us, and really we've got two options, don't we? We can work against each other, or we can work with each other and have fun and have conversations and create community. And if there's something that's like-minded about all of the people on the screen there, is that we all love image making. We all love photography. We all love creating beautiful pieces of art. We all love to nerd out on our gear. And really with this video, I just kind of wanted to say, with the imminent arrival of the Nikon Z9, I know I've said this in a recent video, probably a month or two ago, I feel like we're just going to be in a position where it's not really going to matter anymore which brand you decide you want to be in. It's just not going to matter. And you can basically choose your camera kind of based on use case, but you're also going to be able to choose it based on what I was talking about with frames and Verhagen. You can choose a camera based on how it makes you feel. How does it feel in your hand? What does the shutter sound like? Is that the right sort of revving noise, you know, to use car parlance? Is that the right sort of revving noise that you want to hear? Does it give you fatigue in your fingers because you've got to squeeze it a little harder? Do the menus make sense to you? Do the ergonomics, the general ergonomics, work in a way that works for you? And sometimes that's as simple as picking it up in a store and just spending 5 minutes with it. But I think, just like this community here, I think the community of cameras, especially the main three, Sony, Canon, and Nikon, we're all peers. And these cameras are all going to be peers. It just seems to be a little bit unnecessary for us to be pixel peeping on specs anymore. I do believe that's where we're going to arrive. And I do really genuinely hope that it brings our community closer together after what I think has almost been a decade of kind of tumultuous warring factions on whose camera is better than what. Let's just let the marketing departments hammer that out. But I think the rest of us, we can just enjoy our nerding out on the gear. We can enjoy finding a camera that feels good to us and meets our use case. We can enjoy making beautiful images. But more importantly, we can enjoy our community without having to create any more angst in the world than we already have. The last 2 years have been really tough. It's been tougher for some than it has been for others, but globally, this is actually something, perhaps for the first time in a very long time, that we could say globally, for everybody, it's been worse than ever. So as a community of YouTubers, as a community of photographers, let's join together. Let's love what we do, and let's realize it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for getting this long through the video. I know it's a bit of a weird one, but it's super important to me that we can get on with the business of loving photography and just being nerds. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this concept? Do you think we can be global? Do you think we can all be part of the same global tribe, a global tribe rather than tribalism? Is this a possibility? I tender the question to the audience, and I warmly look forward to your reply. Thank you very much. It's so fantastic to see you. If this is your first time here, I would love to see you again. So please subscribe if you feel so inclined. Don't forget, merch like this here. Oh, I don't know where my Canon and Sony hat is. I wear it. I love it. Photographers, we're actually a pretty rare breed. There's actually not that many of us compared to the global population. Let's look after each other. Love to chat with you in the comments. I'll get to as many of them as I can. All right, guys, check out all of these great people. And for those of you I haven't spoken to yet, I'll reach out. See what happens. Alrighty? This is just a beginning. I'm going to be here for a long time. All right, see you later.